Shalom, 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 man. You know what I'm saying? Hope everybody woke up well. Hope everybody woke up. You know, hopeful elect. Cause hey, our work is not done. We have to endure until the end. Alright, I'm getting ready to go to the plantation. Just want to share the dream I had last night, fresh off the mind. And I wrote it down, but I'm gonna just go fresh off the mind because it's fresh on me, man. Alright, sipping some coconut water, you know what I'm saying, get my magnesium, potassium, iron. And shalom to the Akyam. Double honors to my apostles and elders of GMS that rule well and teach well in sincerity and truth. Taught me this truth. Alright. Shalom to the elect, the hopeful elect. 144,000. Yahweh Shai's elect, man. Kal Halam, Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai Ba'ashem, Kakadash. Alright. So, this Chariot Dream, I'm gonna let some of the Akyam come in here, man. And I will be sharing this on my YouTube page. Everlasting Mercy 144. Shalom, man, the Most High, Yahweh, man, he definitely communicate with us through dreams. I know this, man. Alright, so, shoot, I'm about to let y'all know about this. This was crazy. Alright, this was, boy, I did not want to wake up, okay? But the Lord see fit that in the dream, oh man, I'm about to tell you. I'm gonna wait. I'm trying to let the Akyam get up in here. Shalom, man, I had a chariot dream. I had a chariot dream. Alright, so, and you know, Yahweh communicates with us, you know, through many ways. Okay? It may be, you might come across something you might be on YouTube watching some of the Akyam's video and just see something, you know, and you might check it out. So, regardless, through many ways, out here in this world, or in dreams, he communicates with us through dreams. So, alright, I'm gonna just go ahead and tell this one real quick. So I was back in the military, right? Because I was in the military for 8 years. So I was back in Esau's military. Okay? And I was on a ship. Okay? So I was wandering around the ship, and I had wandered upon this secret area of the ship I never knew about. And it was a chariot in there. Alright? And it just looked like a so-called UFO. It was like shiny, silver. It was big, but it wasn't that big, but it was big, right? So we was at war, basically. The whole planet we was at war because I knew it felt tense. So we was at war. So, you know, it felt like we was about to be attacked or whatever. So I got in the chariot. And as soon as I came in there, it was like just telepathy or whatever. I didn't have to touch anything. And it already knew who I was. So my name and everything popped up on the screen. And it just communicated with me through mind. Straight mind. And this was in my dream, yo. And I'm telling y'all, it felt so amazing. I was like, yo, I'm telling you, I did not want to wake up. So, I told her to take off. So we left. We left the ship, basically. Alright. And left the atmosphere, everything. And y'all know, you know, the earth is on a foundation. But I guess throughout the dream, the Lord allowed me to go through the firmament or whatever. So left other galaxies and everything. And Lord willing, man, when that time comes, you know, whatever the Lord has for us out there, we going to be able to go. The elect. Okay? So, in the dream, I was able to leave and go, and it was just like that. It wasn't like, it's like, I've been on a plane. It's not like a plane ride. It felt like, it's unexplainable. That's what I want to say. It was unexplainable, okay? Undescribable, really. It was just, you know what I'm saying? It was like lightning. It was like lightning. Nahum, matter of fact, let me get that. It was like lightning. Seriously. And I felt so comfortable. And like I said, it was no wires or nothing. I was communicating with the chariot itself. It was talking to me. I was communicating with the chariot via my mind. Okay? I was communicating with it via my mind. So, left, went to other galaxies. Stuff was, man, it was beautiful. The universe was extremely beautiful, man. It was beautiful. Like, man, Yahweh, we talking about an artist? And Yahweh, Bahashim Yahweh Shai. Can't nobody do it like that. Nahum 2 and 4. The chariots shall rage in the streets. They shall jostle one against another. In the broadways, they shall seem like torches. They shall run like the lightnings. So this is how quick I was moving. Okay? But it didn't even feel like that. But I could tell because I was gone. I left the Milky Way. Esau called it. I left that, whatever. Alright? So I left this area, which we are around. Alright? So then came back, you know, and came back. Now take in mind, we still at war. Okay? So either the Lord was showing me this is World War III or whatever. We was at war. Okay? So I came back and the chariot was like, I got to change my identity. So it automatically changed my identity and gave me a new name and everything. And I'm greeted by some F-18s. And these are fighter jets by your U.S. Navy. These are F-18s. So they on the side of me. One of them over here, one of them over here. They're communicating with me. They like land. And the chariot, Lord willing, I'm in the chariot and I'm like, I can destroy. Boy, I feel I could destroy that. I mean, I could destroy them right now if I wanted to. That's how I felt. Because the power I had at my hands, at my fingertips, man. Okay? Ain't no talking. This was a dream, fool. Alright, get out of here with that scoffing, man. Ain't no talking to demons. Okay, anyway. So, I just landed. The chariot told me to land. It told me go in peace, be cool, land, don't do nothing, don't destroy them, don't do nothing. Alright, so I landed on the ship. Boom. Esau come, his suits, they interrogating me. Alright? They interrogating me. They like, who are you? Where do you come? You come in peace, blah, blah, blah. They interrogate me. They like, what planet are you from? Blah, blah, blah. I'm like, in my mind, I'm like, I just left this planet. I'm from here. But they don't know. Because the chariot allowed it. It was like I came and they don't even know who I am. Alright? I'm like a whole new identity. But I know who I am. Alright? So then, let that go by. They interrogate me for a couple hours. And this is all during the dream. This is all during my dream. Alright? So then I see my brother, right? Who, his kids, he ain't my real brother, but his kids are my God kids, basically. So I see him on the ship, and he does not remember me. And I have to tell him who I am. And I'm like, bro, it's me. And he's like, wow, you know what I'm saying? So then we go to chow, which, you know, we call it where you go to eat. So I remember in the dream, I saw a plum, and I just picked the plum up, and I was like, "Yeah, I'm about to eat this plum." You know, you get your food. I'm about to eat this plum, and we got an apple. So I had a plum and I had an apple, and then we went around the corner to talk. And then I talked about it. I told him about the chariot. I got the incorruptible body. What you mean? Explain that to me. So I told him about the chariot, and I said I thank you for letting me watch Star Wars, because that's how I felt in a sense. All right, but yeah, nobody knew of me. That's how I felt. That's what I mean. Hey, maybe yeah, cause nobody remembered me, and I was like new to them. I was new to everybody. Nobody remembered me, and I felt like when I came in, I had the power to destroy these people, but I was like, the chariot was like, or maybe it was Yahweh. He's like, don't do nothing to him. Don't, just let him go right now. Right now. All right. It was like, chill with him. Let him go. Maybe yeah. Yeah, the chariot said not to do so. Khan. Khan, I got about 10 minutes, but yeah, I'm gonna bring you up. Khan.
Shalom, shalom, kal halal, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai.
Yahweh Hashem, Yahweh Shabbarakatah.
Khan, what I was saying, right, when you got your incorruptible body, according to the scriptures, our bodies will be changed. The
Yeah,
corruptible must put on incorruptible, and the mortal must put on immortality. Now, the understanding for this, if you go back to the Garden of Eden with Adam and Eve, they had a body that was pure. But when they sinned, that is how they were able to recognize that they were naked. That is how they were able to recognize they were naked, because the glory that once overshadowed them was no more. So with the coming of Yahushua and the receiving of our new bodies, we will be putting back on, we will be putting back on that incorruptible body and spirit that we once had back in those times. So that's what I mean when I tell you in the dream you got your incorruptible body, so they cannot recognize you.
I didn't even piece
They
that
will not
together.
be able to recognize you.
Yeah, I didn't even piece that together. That's Philippians 3 and 20 and 21. Yeah, and yeah,
And yeah,
I ain't even piece that together.
it's okay, Ak. That's what we're here for, to help each other.
Con,
Because remember, Adam had an incorruptible body. Eve had one, and when they sinned, this is why when the Most High asked them why they hiding, they said, "We are naked." Because the glory that once overshadowed them, when they disobeyed, it was removed so they could have recognized. But now with Yahushua coming to give us back our new bodies, this was something we always had before, you know. It's just simply returning it back to us.
yeah,
So that is why it says the corruptible, which is this flesh we have, must become incorruptible. And this mortal must put on immortality.
yeah,
This is
yes,
something that was always all ours. So when you have described the dream and you said that your brother could not recognize you, my
yeah,
spirit told me it's because you received your new body. He will not be able to recognize you. You would know who you are, but he
yeah,
wouldn't know who you are.
yeah,
And that's
yeah.
the beauty of the scripture act. That's the beauty of what your dream you had there. You were given a glimpse into future events.
Mm.
So hopefully I explain it where you
Yeah,
understand.
that
I'll
was great.
explain it what I meant when I said you receive your incorruptible body.
Yeah, you helped me understand that dream even more. Cause I didn't piece none of that. I didn't piece all that together. Like I just knew I was new, and nobody could. They ain't nobody remember who I was. Like, but I knew. Yeah, that's hard.
When we have that glory upon us, they wouldn't be able to recognize us. We'll be different. We will be different. We would know who they are. They wouldn't know who we are.
Yeah.
Based on the fact that it will be someone different that they recognize in you. Remember, and I could give you another example, when John the Revelator had the revelation on the Isle of Patmos,
Mm-hmm.
if you go to Revelation chapter 1, remember when Yahushua was revealing himself, he didn't recognize. He didn't recognize that. Let me turn to it, if you give me the time. I don't want to butcher it.
Yeah.
I want to explain it properly to prove what I was saying.
And to the brother, I am tired. Yeah, man. It gave me like hope, like you know what I'm saying. And I always ask Yahweh for dreams, and Lord, He give them when He want to, And that last night was one time He gave them, so I'm the water for that. The water to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai for that. Period. Anytime I receive any dream, I'm thankful, and I know we supposed to tell our dreams. We supposed to go forth and tell our dreams.
Okay, to show the point I was making, Revelation chapter 1, we read them from verse 12 onward, right?
Okay, I'm
I
there.
established in the context to prove what I just said. And I turned to see the voice that spake with me. And being turned, I saw 7 golden candlesticks. And in the midst of the 7 candlesticks, one like unto the Son of Man. Remember, I pause in there for a minute. Remember, John know who Yahweh look like. But we
Mm-hmm.
see in here, he's saying one like unto. So he wasn't sure. Clothed with a garment down to the foot and girt about the paps with a golden girdle. His head and his hairs were white like wool, was
Mm-hmm.
white as snow, and his eyes were like a flame of fire. He still didn't recognize Yahweh yet.
Yeah.
And his feet like unto fine brass, as if they burned in a furnace, and his voice as the song of many waters. And he had in his right hand 7 stars, and out of his mouth went a sharp 2-edged sword, and his countenance was as the sun shineth in its strength. Again, John didn't recognize this was Yahweh Shai. We coming down again, verse 17, and when I saw him, I fell at his feet as dead. And he laid his right hand upon me, saying unto me, Fear not, I am the first and the last. I am he that liveth and was dead, and behold, I am alive evermore. Amen. And have the keys to hell and death. Now, you remember with Yahushai, wasn't the Yahushai the one who was dead and then liveth?
Yeah.
He was given John the clues to who he was because John didn't recognize him. So when you read verse 17 and verse 18, when the hand touch him and tell him, Fear not, I am the first and the last. That was a clue. I am he that liveth and was dead, and behold, I am alive forevermore. That was the clue for John to recognize that it actually was Yahushai he was speaking to. Because Yahushai revealed it to the disciples. Remember when he died and he ascended? He said, This same Yahweh you saw being taken up from you is going to come in like manner as you see him go. When you look at how he was crucified, the manner in his death and his resurrection was a proof of that. So only by this was John able to recognize that it was actually Yahweh. Going back to the clue, one like unto the Son of Man. So it was someone familiar to John, but he couldn't place where I know this person from basically. Yes, this person looking like someone I know, but yet different.
Yeah.
So when Yahweh placed his hands and tell him, Fear not, I am the first and the last, we know that is Yahweh, right? I am he that liveth and was dead. That refers to the life of Yahweh up until his death. And behold, I am alive again, his resurrection. Only one person in heaven at that time would have been able to live, die, and then resurrected. That was Yahweh Shai. Remember, no one else was in heaven who was on earth, who died and was resurrected. So the only person that could have been was Yahweh Shai. Remember, the scripture say no one um, descended and ascended into heaven other than Yahweh Shai.
Yeah. Proverbs 34. Yeah. Kind.
Can. So this is proof that John did not recognize Yahushai off the bat when he first saw him. It's only when Yahushai touched his shoulder and told him these clues he recognized it was Yahushai. So that goes back to show you that the dream you had, you you knew who you were,
Yeah,
but your brother did not know who you were
yeah.
because
And
you were clothed different.
and yeah, and that's perfect because I've been like I know him for over 10 years of my life. So yeah, you right, and he couldn't even tell who I
Yeah,
was. Period.
that's right. And proof of that, as I just show you, is in Revelation chapter 1. He will not recognize. Also, if you go back to Matthew after the resurrection of Yahushua, when he walked with the disciples and they did not know who he was,
Oh
did
yeah,
you think he was different? His glorified body was different. So for them to know who he was, he had was to reveal his glory to them. He had was to kind of, if you would put it, change it to a form where they would recognize him. You understand now?
yes,
That
yes.
is why when he walked with the disciples after his resurrection, they did not recognize him. And he had was to kind of revert back for them to recognize, hey, this is Yahushai, you know? So that is why nobody else in your dream were able to recognize and tell who you are. Because that is your glorified body act. They
Uh,
cannot perceive it, they cannot understand it, they cannot accept it. But you know who you were.
uh,
So hopefully I explained it.
great, man. Great edification, man. Shoot, shoot. That was nice. That was nice, man. Con. Well, that man, you did it. That was it. Shoot. I did a dream. I explained a dream, Akiam, and he explained it basically. You know what I'm saying? I had a chariot dream. Uh, I took a ride on the chariot, came back, and nobody was able to figure out who I was. And Ak explained it, man. Incorruptible bodies. Huh. And that's hope. That's hope. And I want to add that this was in the middle of World War III. So just as prophecy says, so when everything happens, don't ever lose hope. Don't ever lose the faith. All right, we gonna be saved throughout this stuff. All right, the hopeful elect, we gonna be saved throughout this stuff, man. So, hey, that's an edification right there. With that being said, man, Kal Halam, Yahweh Ba'Shem, Yahweh Shah Ba'Shem, Bakakadash. All right, double honors to my apostles and elders of GMS that rule well and teach well, taught me this truth and sincerity. Shalom to the Akyam that's out there pushing on the highways and byways on this net, which we call the internet. Khan, the Most High has us. Khan, Soji, Khan. You know, and one thing I just want to say, yeah, man, ask the Lord for dreams, man. All right, and He'll send them when He wants to. But I like to write them down because I know I've been, just man, them chariots is
The
boy.
wonderful act. I see them every night in the sky. I've actually seen them in the daylight. I've seen them in the
Boy.
night. I've seen them communicating. It
Okay.
is really wonderful.
Yes, it is. And I saw like I done saw him about maybe like 4 or 5 times. And I saw one and it was just I saw it and then it was gone. And I was like,
You act.
ain't no such thing
It's
as a
like it
shooting
appears
star,
and
bro.
disappears.
That's a
Yeah.
chariot. Yes. Ain't no
And
shooting
they
stars.
move
Those are
extremely fast.
chariots.
They move extremely fast.
Yes.
It's like they're appearing and disappearing. That is someone I look up in the sky and I see that I just be in total amazement the speed, and I know that's no aircraft from
No
Esau.
aircraft.
Esau aircraft cannot move that fast.
Yeah, yeah. Shoot, man. But man, the water
I
is coming on here, man. For real.
Yeah, no, it's okay, Tata Wada, for having me.
All
I'm
right.
sorry your life going on end now. I real sorry your life had to end now, but
I gotta get to the plantation, man.
God.
I know I
I
had
just
to.
came from the plantation.
I feel, hey, you know what it is then. But shalom, y'all.
Shalom.
Shalom, y'all.
Shalom.
Shalom.